nightclub without a permit, selling alcohol and drugs until 4 a.m. every morning, raided in Bangkok. Insanity Nightclub, officers with the Department of Provincial Administration swooped on the venue at 3 a.m. bringing the party to an end. Local residents had reported the ongoing late-night activity to authorities given the current heightened fears over the COVID-19 virus which has been imported into Thailand in recent weeks from a hopping nightlife center in Myanmar. Foreigners were among those detained, questioned and tested for drugs. The Metropolitan Police Bureau in Bangkok has set up a fact-finding panel after a raid by officers of the Department of Provincial Administration, supported by territorial defense volunteers, discovered a packed nightclub selling drugs, alcohol and flouting COVID-19 virus measures in the center of Bangkok on Thursday morning on Sukhumvit's 11. The Deputy Chief of the Metropolitan Police in Bangkok, Major General J, has announced an investigative panel to understand why a busy and popular nightclub in the Wat Phana district of Bangkok operated without the required permits and became a venue where illegal substances were sold and consumed. The Insanity Nightclub is now expected to be closed by order for at least 5 years according to Ranarong Thipsiri, the Director of Operations at the Department of Provincial Administration which led Thursday morning's raid. A popular and well-known nightclub Banbara was raided at 3 a.m. on Thursday morning in Bangkok and up to 150 patrons stopped at all points of exit and subsequently detained. The Insanity Nightclub on Sukhumvit's 11 was the target of officials with the Law Enforcement Center of the Department of Provincial Administration. The officials were backed up by territorial defense volunteers. Busy venue, loud music and dancing with no social distancing and face masks in the center of Bangkok. When they arrived at the nightclub, officers found the venue busy with loud music and dancing. There was no effort to impose social distancing rules and nearly all the club's patrons failed to wear face masks. It is being reported that the venue was operating without any proper permits and officials confirmed it was selling both alcohol and a range of drugs including Beraku tobaccos with many hookahs for use in smoking the substance. Beraku tobacco smoking is illegal in Thailand. The smoking of Beraku tobacco has grown in popularity in recent years among young people in Thailand, despite the practice being banned by the Thai cabinet in October 2014. The habit is notably popular among university students. The smoking of tobacco, in this fashion, through water, has been described by some health experts and the World Health Organization as potentially more damaging than tobacco smoking through cigarettes. Locals reported the nightclub opened until 4 a.m. The activity at the nightclub was reported by local residents who raised their concerns about the activity at the venue, which extended until 4 a.m. each morning, especially given the current public anxiety nationwide over the COVID-19 virus which has seen local infections emerge again in the kingdom linked with entertainment workers returning from the town of Tachalik in Myanmar. Ranarong Thipsiri is the Director of Operations at the Department of Provincial Administration which was responsible for Thursday's raid. He suggested that the club's owners will face criminal prosecution for breaches of a range of laws including operating without the relevant permits, opening late as well as breaches of emergency provisions. He confirmed that the venue would now be closed for 5 years by authorities. 150 patrons tested for drugs. At least 3 are reported to have tested positive from urine samples. At least 3 of the 150 people questioned by police at the venue and screened for drugs tested positive. Officers found drugs and drug paraphernalia scattered on the floor of the club and in the bathrooms. Personnel involved in the raid lined the detained customers up and took urine samples while checking and recording identity cards and documents from foreigners who were also among the crowd. Once detailed testing and investigation are complete, we will file charges against the owner and customers, Mr. Ranarong said. This establishment has clearly violated several orders of the National Council for Peace and Order, and is punishable by being shut down for 5 years. Metropolitan Police investigation into the incident. The raid also drew a statement from the Metropolitan Police Bureau in Bangkok. Deputy Chief of Police, Major General J, said an investigative panel will be set up to look into how the club appeared to be operating with impunity in the Wat Phana district at the center of the city. He also expressed concern that illegal substances were being sold at the establishment.